Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a deep cleaning of the kitchen. You'll notice I'm starting out with a clean kitchen. I like to do this on a semi-regular basis. Try to do it weekly, but it doesn't always happen, and it's been a while, so I decided to do a video of me deep cleaning the kitchen. I'm starting on the far end of the kitchen here on the counter, starting out by wiping down our toaster oven. It gets full of crumbs because we use it as our toaster. We use it a lot during the week, so it gets quite messy. So I like to spray it down with my homemade all-purpose cleaner and just kind of get all the fingerprints off and just make sure it's all nice and clean. I like to work in sections of the counter instead of clearing everything off at once. So like you see here, I'm just dividing this in half. I'm squirting it down with my all-purpose cleaner, and I'm gonna make sure that I wipe the counter as well as, it's not really the backsplash, I guess it's the back lip of the counter. And so I'm just gonna put the toaster oven back on here and then move to the other side of the counter. I'm also going to spray the wall and make sure to wipe any food splatters that get on the wall back there. And yeah, it tends to get kind of messy, especially when you're cooking and you don't always notice it. So I'm gonna be sure to just scrub that really good.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
I like to wipe down all my appliances just because they tend to get dirty and dusty just sitting on the counter. I try to wipe them down as I use them, but I like to use this opportunity to make sure they're extra clean.
You make me anxious. I think I might be stuck on you. I love the things you did for me. For me, it seems like you're dropping clues. There's no need to rush, so let's just take our time. Dropping everything, 'cause you're stuck on my mind. My mind.
I really love this ceramic Food Network tray here to keep all of my soaps on and stuff and my decoration. It tends to get kind of dirty and the soap tends to build up around the soap dispensers and stuff, so I'm gonna wash those a little bit more later, but for now I'm just gonna put them in the sink and continue on with the counters and wiping the walls.
So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. So just sit with me, talking through the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think you were meant to be with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
Next is this disastrous mess of the stove. It is terrible, you guys. I've had stuff boil over and I've been unmotivated to clean it. So my stove actually lifts up on the top, kind of like the hood of a car, so I can easily clean underneath. Because it's caked on there so badly, I'm gonna go ahead and pour some hot water on that and just let that sit. In the meantime, I'm gonna clean the hood and the wall behind the stove and the knobs of the stove. Now that that's been sitting for a while, I'm going to take a dry towel and just sop up the water, and then I'm going to take some of this ECOS scrubbing paste and I'm going to put that on there and use my non-scratch sponge. I don't know, it's just a, regular sponge. And I'm just going to scrub that really good and try to get all of that burnt stuff off. Once I've got that all scrubbed clean, I'm just going to take my wet rag and I'm going to just keep wiping it out and rinsing until I get all of this cleaning paste off. Then I'll repeat with the other side. As you can see, it looks so much better. However, what is left here is just permanently burned on. At least there's not a bunch of food caked on there anymore, so it looks cleaner. Since the stove is open, I'm going to take this opportunity to clean the edges of the stove as well as the edges of the counter where food, gets dropped quite frequently that you can't really get out. Now it's time to close it back up, and I'm going to remove the burners here, and then I'm going to take out these plates here. These are so dirty as well. And then once I have removed them all, you can see how terrible the top of the stove looks, kind of that was under the burner edges. So I'm going to just give it a quick wipe down to get most of the stuff off, and then I'm going to use my ESOS scrubbing paste again, and I'm just going to put that around all of the edges, and then I'm going to take my sponge again and I'm going to scrub it. As you can see, it looks a whole lot better. I'm still not super happy with it, but it is under the lip of the little plate cover things, whatever these are called. I don't know. I know you can buy new ones, but I'm gonna go ahead and just take an SOS pad and just really scrub this up. I was afraid it would scratch the enamel finish on there, but it actually didn't. So you can see how dirty and yucky these are. And again, I'm just using an SOS pad, and you will see how clean these got. Now, I know some people like to cover these with foil. I do not like to do that. No offense if you do that, you can definitely do that, but in my kitchen, I'm not gonna cover these with foil. I know they're super cheap to replace, but they're also not that hard to clean. And as you can see, look how beautifully clean this came out. I decided to go ahead and try an SOS pad on cleaning around all of the holes just to get the last of that caked on burnt gunk stuff off, and I was afraid it would scratch the stovetop, so I was just really careful, and it didn't scratch it off, so that's nice. So now I'm just taking my wet rag and cleaning off all of that cleaning stuff that is on the SOS pad. And as you can see, it actually took most of it off and it looks pretty good. So I'm happy with how this turned out. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and put the stove top back together. Look how beautiful this stove turned out and cleaned up. You guys have no idea how excited I was and how satisfying this was. I don't even want to cook on it anymore. So now I'm just gonna clean the front of the stove and then I'll be finished with that, and we're going to move on to our sink. This is another area that just tends to get really dirty. It is white, so it may look dirtier than it is because a lot of scratches and stuff from the pans are on there. So I'm gonna use my Ajax cleaner because that's what I have. I don't really like using it, but I'm just using it because that's what I have. So I'm gonna clean off my little white tray here, and then I'm going to rinse off my soap dispenser and my dish soap bottle here. Soap tends to build up on the outside of my soap dispenser, so I'm just gonna wash it off really good. And then I like to make my own homemade foaming dispenser. I'm just gonna fill this with some warm water, and then I'm just adding my regular dish soap in here. And when it's diluted and it's in the foam form, it's not really that harsh on your hands. So I just like to do that, and then I just give it a really good shake. I also like to be sure to clean out my dish drainer because, you know, you're putting your clean dishes on there to dry. So I just like to get any buildup or anything off of there. So I'm going to clean the little tray part here as well as the rack. And finally, time to move on to this sink. So I'm going to just sprinkle it on and wet my rag and just scrub it as best as I can to get all of the, I don't know, watermarks and pan marks and just any food that's on there making this dirty, and try to get it as clean as I can. My dream sink would be to have a farmhouse style sink, but I don't know if I actually want a white sink because it may end up looking like this. So I might go with stainless steel if we ever redo the kitchen. I don't know. Let me know what you guys like down below. I just can't wait to get a new sink because when we moved into this house 1 year ago, it looked brand new, even though it was 13 years old because they never really used it. And within the first month of living here, my sink looked terrible. And it's looked terrible ever since. So I just try to keep it as clean as possible so it doesn't look so bad. When I still have a little bit of the Ajax on my rag, I like to clean behind the sink and then the little lip around the entire sink, which drives me crazy. I don't like these drop-in sinks. I like the undermount sink for a multitude of reasons, but it seems like I always get stuff stuck in the groove around this entire sink, and it's just so hard to clean. And there you have it, as clean as the sink is going to look. It looks tons better, but still it's not perfect, but hey, that's okay. So I did not get to everything that I had planned. I wanted to wipe out the cupboards, wash down the cabinet fronts, do the refrigerator, mop the floor, but I will have to save that for another day and another video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it motivating. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.